So I chose this week's topic because New Year's resolutions are something that we can all identify with, regardless of age or race or status in life, and just really thought it would be a good thing to talk about. Well, hello, my brothers and sisters of the Nerd Nation. I, as always, am Jim, here to bring you another one of our weekly Nerd Nation public service announcements. And as the title would indicate, as it always does, this one is in regards to New Year's resolutions. Now, first off, I'd like to start the video by saying, even though it is a few days late, a Happy New Year to all of you out there. I hope that you did have a fun, joyous time. Hope that everyone was safe, and I truly hope that in 2014 you accomplished some of your goals and some of the dreams and things that you have set forth and put in front of you. I do certainly hope that many of those things come to you in the form of whatever prosperity it is, whether it's family, friends, money, or all of the above. Now, the reason that I wanted to make this a topic for this week is because we all know what New Year's resolutions are. It doesn't matter if you're young or old or somewhere in between. You all think that at the end of the year, and I've done it before too, many years, up until recently, you sit down and you think and you start to get a little bit nostalgic and you look back on the year, you know, around December 30th, December 31st, and you're still kind of happy and joyous maybe from the Christmas time, the holidays, the time off of school or work that you've had, the time with your family. And you think, okay, well, once that clock strikes midnight, boy, that's my do-over. That's my chance at a new life. That's my chance at a new, I shouldn't say a new life, but some of the new goals and things that I'm going to do. And most of them are ridiculous, though, because a lot of times, let's face it, you know, if you're 100 pounds overweight and you haven't gone to the gym in 10 years, saying, I'm going to go to the gym 2 hours a day is probably initially on January 1st an unattainable goal. You're going to go to the gym for 2 hours on January 1st, and you're either going to hurt yourself or you're going to be so freaking sore on January 2nd, 3rd, and 4th that you're going to wind up already breaking that resolution. Same thing with the, I'm not going to smoke, I'm not going to drink, I'm going to be nicer in general. All those things are great goals, but many of them are very lofty and they require time and a plan in front of you, to be put forth. Now, I am notorious for being an unfocused procrastinator. I have a ton of ideas floating around, but no focus. I don't have those horse blinders on with things. And that sporadic type of attitude can be good and it can also be bad. Because if I don't go and write down in detail a number of different goals or things that I have to do for the day or for the week, whether they're work tasks, daily home life tasks, whether they're YouTube-related tasks, a lot of times I don't get them done, or I don't get them done in the time that I need to. Now, this is coming from the person who is the only one that I know of that has started this journey with One Piece, and I have not missed a chapter upload date in like about 6 months now. That's probably the longest running thing that I've ever done on a daily basis in a long time. But I'm not here again to go and toot my own horn about things that I do. I'm just going to go and talk a little bit about the New Year's resolutions, which I just did, and how I think that many times we lay too big of a task in front of us. And if that task is too big, ultimately we wind up falling off of it, whether it's a week or a month into the new year. And by February or March, we're back to the same old rut, the same old habits that we had. So something that I've been doing the last couple of years, and it has worked to some degree for me, and it's getting better as I progress and kind of perfect the system, is what I do is I sit down and I come up with different goals that I want to accomplish in that particular year, this one being 2014, of course. And then I go and I write down those goals, and I write down a detailed plan of how I'm going to get to those goals. Now, for instance, with my YouTube channel, we have a couple thousand subscribers, and it'd be real easy to go and say, well, by the end of 2014, I'd like 10,000 subscribers, or 20,000, or whatever number it is you want to come up with. But if I don't go and do things actively every one of the 365 days of the year, now only 360, I'm not going to reach that goal, you know. So just dreaming big is not enough. You actually have to go and come up with a plan. And I invite you all in the comments down below, as we usually do get a lot of interaction on these, to go and to give me some of your goals. I challenge you to try to do this plan as well. Instead of just going and telling me, well, I'm going to get better grades in school, and I'm going to be nicer to my brother, and I'm going to quit smoking, why don't you go and you tell me what you're going to do and how you're going to do it and accomplish it by the end of 2014. Now, a quick recap on my 2013 is that for the most part I was existing. I do have much love for my wife and my 3 children. That goes without saying. I talk about them all the time in my videos. But, you know, I was just kind of trudging through life, you know, kind of doing the, well, I got to work to support my family, and never really getting too far ahead with things. And the couple of minute talents that I have, being kind of talking with people, being comedic and kind of entertaining people, I guess you would say, or engaging an audience, those things, as well as the artistic side of things, which I had really just kind of waved bye-bye too long ago, and I only did a portrait here or there for a present, for a gift for a family member. Those talents that I had were not being utilized at all. And that was not a very rewarding feeling for me. So I think in March or April of last year, my younger brother started a YouTube channel and wanted to go and start a podcast, a video podcast, similar to the podcast that Woody's Gamer Tag and Wings of Redemption do, the PKA, Painkiller already. And really, he wanted to ape and mimic everything that Woody's Gamer Tag did on his channel. And it ultimately, I think, was the downfall, but that has nothing to do with it. He asked me to be one of the co-hosts on this podcast, and I did. And I was scared shitless, because although I can communicate well with others, I thought, oh my God, the whole internet's watching. I did get much better and progress during the course of the 14 or 15 episodes on the podcast I did. It was a weekly show. And then, kind of, most of you know the story, but again, if you don't, it's sort of a video for another time, because it is long and drawn out. But about 5-6 months ago, I kind of accidentally, in a backwards way, got into the whole having a YouTube channel and doing the reviewing that I do now, and having 300 or 400 videos and taking this One Piece journey as I have. The great things that came out of that, though, even though it was not planned properly, and even though things weren't laid out for me, and I'm still learning things on the fly, I have zero video editing skills. I have zero, skills as far as it comes to, creating a brand and advertising, and I guess you wouldn't say advertising, but like networking with others and social media. A lot of this shit. I used Facebook before this, right? I mean, I would go and look up a video, I'd Google a video, and then it would pop up a YouTube thing. I never subscribed to people or had any idea what went into this. So, ultimately, although it was a very daunting second half of the year, and very time-consuming because of the time that I put forth into the One Piece videos and the other videos that I've been doing, it has been a magically, wonderfully rewarding experience for me, because I've been able to connect. I've been able to connect with an audience, and I've gotten countless, messages and different types of, letters, of folks that have said, hey, listen, this is really a good thing that you're doing, or this really brightens up my day. It helps lessen my stress from the week at school or work or family life or whatever it is. And those are great things, because at the end of the day, I really do want to not be famous, but be remembered for something, remembered for doing some good for some people, So 2013 for me was great. It blew by. The first half of it a little bit slower, the second half just completely crazy. And 2014, I'm certainly hoping will be an even better year. So again, getting back to what I was saying, I do hope that everybody participates and puts in the comments down below, what are your goals and your detailed plan for reaching those goals in 2014? And the goals can be whatever you want. So just because my opinion is that sometimes New Year's resolutions are very lofty, I've only tried to go about it in a little bit of a different way mentally for me, so I personally can try to attain and reach those goals in an easier fashion, rather than just going and being disappointed and going, oh, I broke that resolution by January 10th or whatever it may be. So some of my goals I'll share with you very quickly before we end up the video here in 2014 is I would like to get to the point that between YouTube and I'm working hard to launch a web store to sell some of my artwork, some of my prints, I would like this to become a part-time job for me. And not in the sense that I want to become this rich and famous YouTube type person, but I would like to help it substantiate my income a little bit. So maybe I could back off a little bit at work. Maybe I could take a little more vacation time, even when I probably shouldn't, those sort of things. And I can spend more time with my family. And that really leads into my next goal, is spending more time with my family. I have 3 kids. I have a 13-year-old boy, I have a 7-year-old boy, and I have a, next week, going to be 2-year-old boy. They all present their separate sets of challenges at their age groups and everything else, and I need to be a better person, a better father, and a more connected father. And by that I mean I need to work on spending more time with them one-on-one. I need to take that time every week, regardless of what I have to do with work or with YouTube videos or anything else. And as a matter of fact, it was a real eye-opener for me the other day. Logan's 7th birthday came on Friday, on January 3rd. And really, I had some videos to do, and I was, getting behind on stuff and everything else. And although I still had done out ahead and I released my my One Piece video, I didn't record anything that day. I spent time with my son because that was what was important to me, and that was one of my New Year's resolutions or goals. And really just being able to build a better relationship with my wife. I think that sometimes when you get a few kids in the mix and all the craziness that goes on with that, I think it's much harder sometimes to spend that time and to take time away from the kids and to remember who you were as a couple and as people before you had children, because you just sort of become, you almost become, the kids become your life is what it is. So those are some of my goals. And then, of course, as far as the YouTube goes, I really would like to be able to build this. I'd like to, the sky is the limit. And certainly you are all a part of that. So certainly whenever you can spread the word by sharing or putting something on a website or a blog and, hey, check this guy out, I think he's doing something really neat. We have some big plans for this year, and I certainly don't think you're going to be disappointed, because I'm actively working every day to try to learn everything that I can about video editing and about how to make better videos and about the lighting and about the backdrops and about the intros and everything that you could possibly imagine. It's very much a 24/7 type of job for me, and even when I'm sleeping, I'm laying there dreaming or in bed trying to fall asleep thinking about the things I can do to improve this end of things. So thank you for watching, and I do hope that you can participate. For those of you that would like to just comment, or leave a like, that certainly is always appreciated. But we do like to get everyone involved, and these have been becoming more popular, these PSAs. And I know not everyone is for everybody. That's fine. Differences of opinion is what makes us great. But I do invite you, and I challenge you. I challenge you to go and to put some of your goals down for 2014, and then to go and to give me as much detail as you're willing to go and type out or to share with me and with the other brothers and sisters of the nation, to let me know how you're going to attain those goals. So certainly hope everyone enjoyed this. Feel free to hit the thumbs up, the like button if you should think that I deserve it, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. We will look forward to catching all of you in the next Fun Nation. Happy New Year to each and every one of you from Jim, Carrie, James, Logan, and Nathan. We wish you all the best in 2014.